The diplomatic hall of the Xanthari mothership gleamed with bioluminescent walls that pulsed like a living heartbeat. Harry stood beside his colleague Jasmine, both humans feeling impossibly small beneath the vaulted ceilings that stretched into darkness. Before them, on a throne carved from what appeared to be solidified starlight, sat Empress Velcara, supreme ruler of the Xanthari Empire, conqueror of 17 star systems, and the being who had brought humanity to the brink of extinction. She was magnificent and terrible. Her crystalline exoskeleton refracted light into prismatic patterns, and her forearms rested regally on the armrests, 6 eyes arranged in a crown-like pattern across her elongated head, fixed upon the 2 humans with predatory interest. "You dare approach with empty hands?" Velcara's voice resonated through the chamber, translated by the neural implants all diplomats wore. "Your species offers nothing but desperation." Jasmine stepped forward, her voice steady despite the tremor Harry noticed in her clenched fists. "We offer something your empire has never encountered, Your Radiance. We offer touch." A ripple passed through the assembled Xanthari courtiers, something between confusion and disgust. Velcara's mandibles clicked sharply. "Touch, we have conquered touch. We have dominated physical space across the galaxy." "No," Harry interjected, surprising himself with his boldness. "You've conquered with weapons and ships, but you've never known what we're offering." The Empress leaned forward, her massive form casting shadows that seemed to devour the light. "Explain before I have you both converted into energy matrices." Jasmine glanced at Harry, and in that moment he saw the desperate gamble in her eyes. They had studied the Xanthari for months in captivity, learning a terrible secret. The crystalline species had evolved without physical affection. They communicated through electromagnetic pulses, reproduced through cellular division, and viewed physical contact as either combat or consumption. "May I approach?" Harry asked, his heart hammering against his ribs. Velcara's eyes narrowed to slits. "You may take 5 steps. No more." Harry moved forward, each footfall echoing in the silent chamber. He could feel the weight of 1,000 alien eyes upon him, could sense the weapon systems tracking his every movement. When he reached the base of the throne, he slowly raised his hand. "What I'm about to do," he said softly, "is something humans call comfort. We evolved to need it, to crave it. Our young die without it. It's how we connect, how we heal, how we tell each other we're not alone in the universe." Velcara's crystalline face remained impassive, but Harry noticed the faint shimmer in her exoskeleton, the Xanthari equivalent of curiosity. "Proceed." He reached up and gently placed his hand on the cool, faceted surface of her lower arm. The moment his palm made contact, Velcara flinched, a sharp, involuntary recoil that sent shockwaves through the assembled court. Weapons hummed to life. Jasmine tensed, ready to run or fight, though both would be equally futile. But then something extraordinary happened. Velcara's 6 eyes widened, and her electromagnetic field pulsed with something the translators struggled to interpret. Wonder mixed with fear, curiosity intertwined with hunger. Her crystalline form, which had seemed so rigid, seemed to soften somehow, as if the starlight itself was becoming more fluid. "What?" Her voice emerged as barely a whisper. "What are you doing to me?" Harry kept his hand steady, his touch firm but gentle. "It's called compassion, Your Radiance. Empathy made physical." He began to move his hand slowly along her arm, the way one might comfort a frightened animal. His fingers traced the geometric patterns of her exoskeleton, not as a scientist examining a specimen, but as one sentient being acknowledging another's existence. Velcara's breathing changed, a sound the Xanthari apparently could make but rarely did. Her forearms began to tremble, and her electromagnetic field fluctuated wildly. The court watched in stunned silence as their invincible empress, who had ordered the destruction of entire worlds, began to lean into Harry's touch like a flower seeking sunlight. "This feeling," Velcara whispered, her voice now transmitted only to Harry and Jasmine. "We have no word for it. It's as if I was frozen and didn't know it, and now I'm finally thawing." Jasmine stepped forward, tears streaming down her face, not from fear, but from the profound sadness of understanding. "You've been alone, haven't you? All of you. Your entire species. Alone together." Another of Velcara's arms lifted, hesitating, then gently, almost fearfully, touched Harry's shoulder. The contact sent visible pulses of light through her crystalline body. She flinched again at her own sensation but didn't pull away. "Don't stop," the Empress said, and there was something raw and desperate in her translated words. "Please, don't stop." Harry continued, now using both hands, showing her the simple human art of comfort. Around them, the Zenthari court began to murmur, their electromagnetic fields creating patterns that the translators rendered as confusion, fear, and dawning comprehension. "We're not asking you to stop your war," Jasmine said quietly. "We can't stop you, but we're showing you what you'll destroy. Not just our bodies, not just our cities, but this. The thing that makes us reach out in the darkness and say, you matter. You're not alone." Velkera was silent for a long moment, Harry's hand still resting on her crystalline form. When she finally spoke, her voice carried throughout the chamber with renewed authority, but something in it had fundamentally changed. "I declare a cessation of hostilities," she announced. "Indefinite. Immediate." The court erupted in electromagnetic chaos, but Velkera raised all four of her arms in a gesture that demanded silence. Her 6 eyes fixed on Harry and Jasmine with an intensity that was no longer threatening but searching. "You will teach us this. Touch," she commanded. "You will show my people what you have shown me. And in return, we will not destroy your species. We will learn if there is something more to existence than conquest and division." As Harry and Jasmine were escorted from the throne room now as honored guests, rather than desperate supplicants, Harry glanced back. The Empress sat on her throne of starlight, one crystalline hand raised before her faceted eyes, studying it as if seeing it for the first time. In the vastness of space, humanity had found its weapon. Not force, not cunning, not technology, but the simple revolutionary act of reaching out and saying, "You are not alone," and the galaxy would never be the same.